Hello everyone, welcome to Center of Balance Live. I'm Szenan from Center of Balance, the acupuncturist. Now this morning our live video topic is the best Chinese medicine formula for anxiety. Now this is my clinic page live video and as well as my practitioner page live platform, Facebook and Instagram as well. And hi Eric, how are you? Now, if you are on this live video, please say hi to me, like Eric, and give me a thumbs up, please, and then share this live video with your friend and family. So I'm going to my Facebook now and share this live video. So you do the same, please. Thank you. Oops, it's not working. Let's have a look. So our topic is the best Chinese medicine formula for anxiety. Let's have a look. Okay, I've got it here. How are you? If you are, and I'm also want to go to the Instagram, my personal account, to start this live video as well. Let's have a look. Right. So we talk about, if you missed the best acupuncture point formula for anxiety, you should go back yesterday one. So I did one for acupuncture yesterday. So if you missed that one, go back and watch it. Right. Now today we only focus on Chinese medicines. Okay. Now I know if you're a practitioner, acupuncturist, some of you may not prescribe Chinese herbs at all. But what I'm going to share with you today is going to be a simple formula. So it's a very common one. You can buy anyway. If you're a practitioner, it's easy to apply all this as long as you know how to diagnose, how to do the diagnosis. That's the most important thing. So once you know how to do the diagnosis, then you know how to prescribe, which formula to prescribe. And for my clinic page, for my patient, okay, so when you come to us in our clinic and we offer you, now go through the initial examination, then we know the your diagnosis according to Chinese medicine organs theory. So once we figured out what the diagnosis is, then we will provide acupuncture and Chinese medicines, okay, and emotional therapy practice, which is Ho'oponopono method that I introduced 2 days ago. So go ahead and watch those videos, and it's gonna be very, very helpful for you. And apart from acupuncture and Chinese Ho'oponopono method, and I use a lot Chinese herbs for my patient to treat the emotional issues. The reason that we can treat emotional issues is because, here you go, all organs linked to emotional energy, right? Emotional energy. So this is the big difference between Chinese medicine and Western medicine, right? So for example, in here, anxiety today, we're talking about stomach and spleen. When stomach and spleen is weak or out of function, then you suffer from anxiety. That's how they link together. And we know that anxiety is something you worry a lot. And when it's fear, you worry, right? When it's stress or depressed, you worry. So it related to those two organs as well. So if most of your anxiety is from the stress, at work or family, and that stress is related to the liver and gallbladder. Then most of the time, this case will turn to liver, gallbladder, and affecting the stomach and spleen. Then you suffer from anxiety. So the best formula, Chinese medicine formula, is 逍遥散. Now 逍遥散的单字逍遥散 and 逍遥散, two different formula. And 逍遥散 is very, very good for balance the liver and gallbladder as well as spleen and stomach, right? So we call to 疏肝解郁, which is the liver qi stagnation, and that causing spleen and stomach weak. Then you suffer from anxiety. Then this best formula, it actually took care of liver and gallbladder as well as stomach and spleen. And this is 逍遥散. If you ate on two different herbs called 单字逍遥散, you can buy this formula if you're an acupuncturist, right? Chinese herbalist. So those formula that come with a bottle. So it can be powder, it may be in capsule, right? So when it's 单字逍遥散 means that is some heat symptoms in this case. So you use 单字逍遥散. If there is no heat symptoms, then you use 逍遥散. Okay, that's how simple is it. So what about in here? Because we know unhappy is one of the common, very common, very common emotional issues, disorder, and with the anxiety, right? If you detect this patient, their anxiety is due to the heart functions very weak, and it can't support the spleen. So the spleen functions weak, then therefore they get anxiety, which is heart function and spleen function together. What you can see, this patient, they may have bloating, loose bowel motion, pain in the stomach, right, and weakness in the muscle, joint pain, muscle pain, dry ribs, right? This all indicate stomach and spleen functions out. Then heart functions out. It actually, you get palpitation. So when you have anxiety, a lot of people have palpitation, right? Or they can't sleep well. It's not sleeping well, that is because heart function is not good. Or you dream a lot, right? And what else? Tightness in the chest. Chest functioning controlled by the heart, or cold hands and feet. So the best formula for this is 参苓白术散 or 六君子汤. So those two formula are very good for stomach and spleen. Then therefore you add on another formula, which is if there is cold hands and feet, then you add on 当归逍遥散. Right. Now, apart from 当归逍遥散is treating the heart, but more for the function of the circulation. Right. Then if there is weak heart and there's palpitation, the more suitable formula for the heart is 炙甘草汤, 炙甘草汤, or what's it called? Not 麦文通汤. I can't remember the formula. Yeah,人参麦冬, that is two, but three 人参麦冬五味子 three. I can't remember the formula's name, but there's only 3 herbs in that formula: 人参, ginseng, 麦冬, and 五味子. Those 3 herbs. There's a formula. The name is I can't remember at the moment. They call 生脉饮. That's right, 生脉饮. So if there is palpitation and weak heart, not sleeping well, so 生脉饮 is better than the one with 当归小药散.当归小药散 is actually for the cold hands and feet due to the heart. Okay, so now we can combine 2 formula. So get 2 formula together. Combination of 2 formula become 1 formula, and that become the best formula for these conditions. Right? What about kidney? If there is fear that involved with this anxiety, and that's simple, right? You still use Szenan by Szenan, and here, if the patient get hot flusher, which is in deficiency, then what do you use? You use 淄博地黄丸 with 生宁白术散. Right? 生宁白术散 for this, 淄博地黄丸. So 2 formula combined together become the best formula for this conditions. Now, what about yang deficiency? Then you use 肾气丸. If you're a practitioner, you know what I'm talking about. 肾气丸. So 肾气丸 is for the yang deficiency, for the kidney. So kidney yang deficiency with this one together, 生宁白术散 become the best formula for this patient. What about lung? Patient may feel sadness, grief. So someone passed away in their life, and they start to get worried and anxious, and that become anxiety. With this patient, you may want to use 麦门冬汤 with 生宁白术散 or 六君子汤, and both together will be the best formula for this patient. You see, anxiety, when it comes to Chinese medicine, so different. You need to know what with the spleen and stomach out of balance, and what else, which organs out of balance the most, combined with this organs out of balance that causing anxiety. Therefore, you'll be able to choose the best formula combination for this patient. So this is a way, one of the way to actually prescribe herbs according to the symptoms. So you make the diagnosis according to the symptoms. Right? What about if I'm not using the symptoms to diagnosis? So there's another way, which is pose. I strongly suggest and recommend that you learn the pose. We teach that in a workshop as well. So we take the pose. If I figure out which pose out of balance the most, so I can use another formula, like which is the heart. If the heart is the strongest, that causing the problem, then I can just target the heart. When you go to the symptoms, it's very difficult to figure it out which organ out of balance. Why is that? Because this patient come with palpitation, not sleeping well, and diarrhea, and probably night urine, that's kidney, and fear as well. So with this, you may have to give 3 formula, which is 肾气丸, 生宁白术散, and 生脉饮. But in this case, if I just take the pose, I figure out heart. The heart pose is the strongest. Then I can just focus on treating the heart, the sun. So there's another way to prescribe the herb, but you have to be very good in your post diagnosis and figure out which one out of balance the most. Once you figure it out from your fingers, then you can just put If the strongest is in this case, then what you have to do is just give the patient 三黄蟹心汤. If the weakest, then you just have to give the patient 生脉饮. That's it. So simple. So 3 formula come to just 1 formula, right? And they will do the same too. If it comes to stomach and spleen, you take the pulse, and the guan is the strongest. What do? If the guan is the strongest, you just give them qing wei san, just 1 formula. Although they have other conditions, you just only focus on the stomach and spleen. And if the guan, stomach and spleen function is very weak, then instead of qing wei san, just give them li zhong tang. So simple. So this is the most of the time that I use this post diagnose. It's more accurate, faster, and you don't have to use a lot of formula, right? So it's quite simple and pretty directly hit the point, right? So stay awesome. This is the Chinese medicine best formula, the best Chinese medicine formula for anxiety treatment. Now, if you're a practitioner and you want to learn more about acupuncture and Chinese medicines, and go down there and look at that. There's a link, so you click it in, and we have Facebook group, and we have a webinar platform that's actually show you how to do acupuncture for all these conditions. Okay, if you are a patient that on our page, if you suffer from anxiety, welcome to our clinic. Call us on 078467956. 078467956. So come to our clinic and for initial examination, and we be able to help you for your conditions. And without a diagnosis, we don't know what's going on. So we need to go through initial examination to figure out which organs are out of balance. Therefore, we'll be able to tell you whether you need acupuncture or Chinese herbs, or both of them together, combined with Ho'oponopono method. Stay awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.